as guests sipped from the Daily Mail branded coconut drinks in the courtyard of the Hotel Martinez at the annual Cannes Lion Advertising Gab Fest in the south of France last week. The New York newsroom of the British tabloid was suffering from a leadership crisis that has grown more dire by the day following the mysterious departure of its now former online editor-in-chief, Gerard Greaves. Greaves, an old-school Fleet Street editor who had been parachuted into the U.S. to help steady the site in 2022 following the departure of hard-charging British founding editor Martin Clark, was last seen in the New York newsroom in late February, frantically asking staff for help to delete emails off his computer. When he did not appear back in the newsroom following a trip to London, senior editorial leadership was advised he was on compassionate leave, with no further explanation. By the end of last month, the Mail announced Greaves, who did not respond to multiple requests for comment, would be leaving the company after 24 years, and Katie Davies, currently the U.S. editor of the Times and the Sunday Times, had been poached for the top job. Davies does not start her role until the fall. Since his arrival, the former deputy editor of the Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday had set about hiring almost exclusively Brits, with American journalists routinely passed over for jobs. One senior American employee told Hot Source she was asked by Greaves to take a demotion after having a child. The employee who left the Daily Mail after the incident said Greaves told her that he did not like working with women who had children. According to the employee, who asked to remain anonymous, Greaves even asked her if she was planning on having another child and said that mothers had a hard time focusing. "It was just a mess," the former employee told Hot Source. "It was a chaotic mess. I couldn't believe he was in that position of power." Greaves, who held a membership paid for by the Daily Mail to the exclusive Manhattan private members club, the Ned Nomad, would routinely lavishly entertain people on the company dime, according to two people familiar with the situation. "He was like a rapper with his first hit album spending money," one former colleague told Hot Source. Several current and former employees who spoke with Hot Source say the leadership vacuum has allowed another Brit, Sean O'Hare, to rise in the newsroom. O'Hare, who wasted no time moving into Greaves' glass office, assumed the role of acting editor, but his chronic absenteeism and erratic management style have only added to the toxic work environment, according to the people familiar with the situation. O'Hare did not respond to a request for comment. In the Mail newsroom, posters on the wall urged staff, "If you see something, speak up," advising anyone with concerns to alert their manager or call a 24/7 independent and confidential Speak Up facility. But the phone number listed has been disconnected, and the website does not work, according to three people familiar with the matter. The Daily Mail has no comprehensive HR. Maggie Cole, who worked at the Daily Mail from 2021 to 2023 as a video producer, told Hot Source. "They are not worried about the safety of their employees, and ultimately that's why I left. There's no one to really report anything to. There's no process. It's very muddy." As Brits claim top postings in U.S. media at CNN, The Washington Post, and The Wall Street Journal, the events that have played out at the Daily Mail may serve as a cautionary tale of imports arriving from across the pond with a lack of understanding of American news, its practices, or its audience. The Daily Mail was the first British publication to take the United States by storm, quickly becoming known for its celebrity scoops, its use of splashy photos, and its clickable tabloid headlines that helped it to become one of the world's most read websites. But even before Greaves' disappearance, the site had suffered a wave of high-profile departures, including Amy Mass, who had left to join Realtor.com, Louise Thomas, who is now at the Independent, Caitlin Becker, who joined News Nation, Sean Walsh to Built, Meghan, who left to start her own podcast company, and Lucy White, who oversaw the Daily Mail's hugely popular TikTok and left without a job to go to. 2 delegations of senior Daily Mail leadership have been sent from London to NYC in recent months. Just weeks after Greaves' departure, the publisher and editor of the Mail Online, Danny Groom, and the UK editorial director, Ben Bailey, arrived to survey the damage. Several staffers who spoke with Hot Source said they alerted the pair to the management issues. Before this year's White House Correspondents' Dinner, the chairman of the Daily Mail and General Trust Lord Rothermere, his son and heir, apparent Veer Harmsworth, also visited the company's Astor Place offices and were told about the systemic problems. Now, Hot Source has learned the Mail's London HQ at Derry Street is sending yet another Brit, Nicholas Pike, to act as its eyes and ears. But for many staffers, the damage to the brand has already been done. People are truly fed up, one recently departed staffer told Hot Source. This place is completely screwed up and there is zero leadership coming from London, and they have destroyed the potential we had here in the United States. Prince Harry's High Court claim against Mail publisher can continue. Judge rules Duke of Sussex. Elton John and Doreen Lawrence given go-ahead to pursue claims of unlawful information gathering. Prince Harry, Sir Elton John, and Lady Doreen Lawrence have been given the green light to continue their legal case against the publisher of the Daily Mail after it lost an attempt to have the cases thrown out at the High Court. The 3 high-profile individuals, along with David Furnish, Sadie Frost, Liz Hurley, and Sir Simon Hughes, brought legal action against Associated Newspapers Limited (ANL) for unlawful information gathering. According to a statement issued by lawyers for the 6 individuals, the claims include allegations of illegal activity, such as homes being bugged, deceptive tactics used to obtain private medical information, and the tapping of live phone calls. The Daily Mail, which says the claims are preposterous smears, has denied the allegations. In March, ANL asked a judge to rule in its favor without a trial, arguing the legal challenges against it were brought far too late. In a ruling on Friday, Mr. Justice Nicklin said ANL had not been able to deliver a knockout blow to the claims of any of these claimants. Harry made a surprise appearance at the Royal Courts of Justice during the 4-day preliminary hearing earlier this year, with John and Lawrence also appearing at the London court. Adrian Beltrami, KC, for ANL, said the individuals could have used reasonable diligence to discover if they had a potential claim before October 2016. The lawyer said the legal action against it had no real prospects of succeeding and was barred under a legal period of limitation. Individuals have 6 years after learning they are potential victims to file a case. ANL says Harry and the other claimants began proceedings only in October 2022, but must have all had a reasonable suspicion that they were potential victims of illegal behavior by Associated Newspapers prior to 2016, meaning they missed the 6-year deadline. The claimants argue they only recently learned they may have been victims of illegal information gathering by individuals working for the Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday. They argue they could not have brought the case earlier because they did not know they were potential victims. Their lawyers said they were thrown off the scent and not aware of being targeted, having believed categorical denials from ANL over any involvement in unlawful activity. David Sherborne, representing the Duke of Sussex and others, said ANL's attempt to have the claims ended was as ambitious as it is unattractive, and that members of the group each had a compelling case. Rival publishers such as Rupert Murdoch's News UK have spent the past 15 years dealing with hundreds of claims of illegal activity at their newspapers. often related to phone hacking or obtaining material illegally.